Well, hello there. It is early March here in Denver, and it's one of those Denver days that just must be 70 degrees out. Garage doors are open. People are hanging out. Here in LoHi is the place to be. We are at Bartaco. It's a new taco bar, you may have guessed from the name. It's a good spot to hang out. Let's learn more.
I'm Sam Newman, I'm a Denver realtor, and I love exploring our city. Come along with me on The Dispatch. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I love this town. And perhaps my favorite part of Denver is its uncanny ability to produce days like today. The sun is shining, it's warmer than it should be, I'm not actually working. God bless America. Now, usually I start these with a healthy dose of neighborhood intel, but we already told you all about LoHi in the Williams and Graham episode. And to be frank, I'm so seduced by the weather and surroundings that today I am all about the vibe. And this place is one. One of the few things Colorado is lacking is a coast. By my calculations, we are a clean 1,000 miles from the nearest beach, but I swear I can feel the sea breeze through those open windows. It all starts with the tacos, a beautiful food in so many ways. I sat down with Bartaco LoHi General Manager Nino Razzone to discuss.
I don't know that I've ever met anybody who doesn't love tacos.
Right.
And I mean, what is it? What is it about tacos?
So for us, the taco itself is just an experience also, right? So the tacos that help promote the vibe that we're looking for. Just coastal, street style food, light fare. We have a tuna taco, which is a seared tuna taco, sushi grade. It's perfectly seared on the outside, nice and red in the middle. We serve that on a bed of lettuce with a little Asian slaw. So then we have a falafel taco. But we do also offer some Mexican stuff too, your carnitas taco, some escabeche, guacamole, of course, that's one of our biggest sellers. Nothing too heavy, so you can try as many things as you want. And then when you walk out of here, you actually get the opportunity to walk out of here instead of being wheeled out of here, right? Because you're just in that food coma.
Right.
Yeah, it's just light fare, it's really good.
Right. Unless you have too many marks, then
Right.
you will need to get wheeled
Then you
out.
get wheeled out of here, and we have a really good relationship with, Denver PD.
Ah yes, the Margs. The Bonnie to any good tacos Clyde is an ice-cold margarita. The love for margaritas spans generations. Just ask my son.
It's cold, but it's yummy.
And the Margs are, that's one of your calling cards, right? In addition to tacos?
Right.
I heard you can go through something like 1,800 limes a day on a high end?
And it's intense, it gets intense. So for us on our busy weekend, Friday, Saturday, we'll go through anywhere from 10 to 15, sometimes 20 cases. And then our busier stores will go through probably 30 cases of limes in a day. And it's all hand squeezed, every cocktail that we sell on our house cocktail menu is all fresh squeezed juice. So you have just a bunch of dedicated professionals with huge right or left shoulders, right? Because that's all they're doing all day long, is just juicing it for our guests. Yeah.
I heard the Margs can be dangerous. So
Yes.
how many can you drink?
So for me, I get to 3, and then I get a little loose. I start telling people how I feel about them, right? But when we have first-time guests, especially if they're visiting, I always say 1 to 2, right? Because 1, altitude adjustment, but then number 2, it's we use a triple sec in there called Combier, which is an orange liqueur, and it's an 80 proof, right? So basically, you're getting almost 2 drinks in one, right? So it's a stiff drink, but you don't feel it at all. It's basically an adult limeade. That's kind of how I describe it until you get to number 3, and then you have to decide what you're going to do for the rest of the day, right? Because it's like, all right, are you going to dig in your heels and stay at Bartaco, or are you going to be an adult, go home, and remember that you have work tomorrow?
Right.
So it's a fun problem to have here at Bartaco, but it's something that we have fun with every day with every guest.
Right on. 3 is kind of that point where you're like, you're going to go past 3, like you said, it's over.
Yeah.
Call the sitter.
And who would I be if I didn't sample these delicious offerings for myself? Luckily, I had the good fortune to sit down across from bartender Becca and watch her work her fresh squeezed magic. It's an altogether charming affair, and I admit that after a few of these I do feel pulled to keep it going well into the evening. But Swanson has a plane to catch, and I need to maintain some sliver of sensibility and professionalism. So, no sitters are called.
Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, especially at the end.
The vibe, though, it's a real thing. And the longer I sit here, the more I realize it's not just the tacos, the music, and the weather. It's the people.
I heard you say another thing that kind of stuck with me. You said something to the effect that you were talking about hospitality and, maybe if somebody gets a taco they don't like or whatever, they need one more or something. Listen, we're not going to be stingy with it. You said, it's just food, man. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so interesting because you obviously take this business really seriously and you love what you do, but you're not obsessed with squeezing every piece of blood out of that lime.
I'll stop by a table, right? If I see a guest, I'll overhear them sometimes saying, "Oh, should we get another taco?" And then I'm like, "What taco did you want? What were you thinking about?" "Oh, the falafel taco." Say no more. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Like, what? And then I come back with it. They're like, "Oh, look, we gotta pay. We didn't even order." I was like, "Listen, man, it's just food. I want you here for the experience of it, right? The food is just a small piece of it. The drink is a small piece. Really, why I want people to come here to Bartaco is to interact with us, interact with the team, right? Because nowadays, right, any situation can be a networking situation. Any gathering is always a social gathering here at Bartaco. So for me, it's just a way to connect people with other people, right? And if I can bring you a pork belly taco or baja fish taco to help facilitate that connection, it's easy. It's a no-brainer, right? For me, that's great return on investment, right?
For sure.
Like I said, we have great partnerships with basically every concept in this neighborhood, and their teams come in on their days off or before work or after work, and we do the same thing. We hook them up, and we kind of want to create that way of thinking to extend to their guests, because the more people that come to LoHi, right, the better it is for all of us, right? So I don't look at a new restaurant opening as direct competition. I look at it as more visibility for us, right? More guests that we can impact, more connections that we can make, not just as a restaurant in the neighborhood, but just as people talking to people.
Rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just food, man. Yeah, but it's so much else too. See you next time, my friends.